Welcome to Shree Learning Academy. Today's topic is buffer overflow. But if you are looking for more personalized guidance, we also offer private sessions. Reach out on WhatsApp. Alright, let's dive in. Before we dive into buffer overflow, let's first understand what a buffer is. A buffer is simply a small storage space in a computer's memory that temporarily holds data while it is being processed. Think of it like a glass that holds the water. It has a limit to how much it can hold before it overflows. So what is buffer overflow? It happens when a program tries to store more data in a buffer than it was designed to hold. And when this happens, the extra data spills over into adjacent memory areas, potentially causing errors, crashes, or even security vulnerabilities. Imagine you have a cup that can hold exactly 1 cup of water. If you keep pouring water into it, the excess water will spill over onto the table. In the same way, when a program writes more data than a buffer can handle, it spills over into unintended memory locations. How does buffer overflow happen? Well, it usually comes down to poor programming practices. Here's how it works. First, some programs don't define a proper limit on how much data can be written into a buffer. That means extra data spills over into unintended areas. Second, user input can be a problem. If a program lets user enter text but doesn't restrict the length, someone could enter more data than expected, causing an overflow. And finally, outdated software can be vulnerable. Older programs may not have the right protections in places, making them easy to target for buffer overflow attacks. So keeping software updated and following good programming practices is key to preventing this issue. Let's break down a simple example of buffer overflow. Imagine you have a program that asks for your name. It sets aside only 10 spaces in memory to store it. If you enter a short name like John, it fits perfectly, no problem at all. But what if you enter a long name like Jonathan Doe? That's more than 10 characters. The extra letters don't have a place to go, so they end up overwriting nearby memory. And that's where things get risky. The program might start behaving unpredictably or even crash just because it wasn't designed to handle the extra input. Now imagine if this specific memory location is critical and an attacker manages to overflow it with malicious data. They could easily take control of the system and cause significant harm. That's the essence of buffer overflow and why it's such a critical issue in programming. Buffer overflow isn't just a simple mistake, it's a serious security risk. Hackers can actually use it to take control of your system. Here's how. First, it can crash programs. If critical memory areas get overwritten, the program might just stop working altogether. Second, attackers can change how a program behaves. By injecting malicious code into the overflowed memory, they can make the program do things it was never supposed to do. And worst of all, buffer overflow can give hackers unauthorized access. They can exploit it to execute their own commands, taking full control of a system. That's why buffer overflow is so dangerous. It's not just a bug, it's an open door for cyber attacks. Now let's look at a real-world example. One of the most famous buffer overflow vulnerabilities was in Microsoft Windows 2000 operating system. Hackers discovered a way to overflow a buffer, allowing them to take control of the computers remotely, and this led to massive cyber attacks affecting the systems worldwide. It's a perfect example of why buffer overflow isn't just a coding mistake. It can have real and serious consequences. So how can we prevent buffer overflow? Here are some key steps. First, use safe programming languages. Languages like Java and Python automatically handle memory management, making buffer overflow much less likely. Second, always limit input size. Developers should set strict limits on how much data a user can enter to prevent the buffer overflow issues. Third, enable security features. Modern operating systems come with built-in protections against buffer overflow attacks. Make sure they are turned on. And finally, follow secure coding practices. Using functions that automatically check memory limits can help keep programs safe. By taking these steps, developers can greatly reduce the risk of buffer overflow and keep the system secure. In conclusion, buffer overflow is a simple yet powerful concept. When a program writes more data into a memory buffer that it can handle, it can lead to errors, crashes, or even security risk. By understanding how it works and how to prevent it, developers can create safer software and protect systems from cyber threats. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you are looking for more personalized training, contact us on WhatsApp. We offer a range of theoretical and practical courses starting at just $99. You can also find a written explanation and a quiz on our website, link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more useful videos and feel free to ask any questions in the comments. We are here to help. See you in the next one.